We want to start off with a quick note on the updated guidance for people who've been vaccinated. If your second shot was at least 2 weeks ago, the CDC recently released guidance that it's safe for you to have contact with others in small groups without a mask. So if you've been missing your friends or family, feel free to visit and give them a hug after you've been immunized. And groups of all vaccinated people can get together indoors without taking additional precautions. If you've been vaccinated and you're going to be out in public or with big groups of both vaccinated and unvaccinated people, it's still recommended that you maintain social distance and wear a mask. The vaccines aren't a guarantee that you'll stay healthy, but they do provide a lot of protection, and they can give you some more wiggle room in your overall risk budget. Now, for today's topic. You've probably heard by now that we have a new player in the vaccine field. Let's welcome the Johnson & Johnson, or Janssen, vaccine. The reason for these two names is because the vaccine is made by the Janssen Pharmaceuticals Company, which is a subsidiary of its Johnson & Johnson parent company. Now, what's the deal with this new vaccine? Well, it's a one-shot vaccine, and it uses a different technology, viral vector, to deliver the vaccine. In our previous videos, we've explained that the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines use mRNA technology to teach our cells how to recognize SARS-CoV-2. So let's explain how the viral vector works. Adenoviruses are common viruses, some of which cause illnesses like the common cold. Scientists are able to take a naturally occurring adenovirus and replace the native genes from the original virus with the genetic code for the spike protein that occurs in SARS-CoV-2. Like mRNA vaccines, the adenovirus vaccine is delivering a genetic recipe to our own cells so they can manufacture the spike protein antigen and then learn to recognize it. The main difference is how the SARS-CoV-2 genetic material gets to our cells. Instead of traveling in a lipid bubble, we're using the empty shell of a now harmless virus to get that genetic material inside our cells. So what studies were done to make sure this is safe and ready for public use? The main evidence for the Johnson & Johnson vaccine was from an international phase 3 clinical trial initiated in September 2020. It contained about 40,000 participants ranging in ages from 18 to 100. The vaccine was judged on its ability to prevent symptomatic, lab-confirmed COVID-19 among people who hadn't previously had COVID. Participants were sampled at 2 time points, at least 14 days after vaccination and at least 28 days after vaccination. The Johnson & Johnson vaccine was 66% effective at preventing lab-confirmed COVID-19 illness in people who had no evidence of prior infection 2 weeks after they got their shot. It was also 85% effective against severe disease and is effective against multiple variants of SARS-CoV-2. In terms of side effects, this vaccine is similar to others on the market. Some people experience pain, redness, and swelling at the injection site. You may also experience fatigue, aches and pains, fever and chills, or nausea. These effects just mean that your immune system is mounting a healthy reaction to the vaccine. You might be wondering, with another option on the market, which vaccine is best? But comparing these vaccines directly to one another is comparing apples and oranges. The vaccine trials were done at different times during the pandemic, in different geographies, and they examined different outcomes. So just comparing 94% to 85% to 66% doesn't tell you the whole story, and it doesn't mean that one vaccine is superior. All 3 of the approved vaccines are safe and highly effective, and if any of them is available to you, please don't hesitate to get it when your priority group is up. Stay safe, and remember to get your vaccine when it's your turn. We'll see you next time.